Okay, I'm so excited to share with you some news in this video. I know you're waiting for an update on our craft show, which we are going to show you during this video, a tour of the craft show and all the things that we did over the weekend, our very first Christmas market with Atlantic Soap and Tallow. And while we're talking about Atlantic Soap and Tallow, I wanna say that today's portion of this video would not be possible without all of our YouTube family who have ordered from Atlantic Soap and Tallow. I'm not gonna cry in this video. I'm so excited because today we are going to go pay a deposit for a pre-made, custom being made for us goat barn that is going to get delivered to the English homestead at the beginning of the new year. And it is because all of you have cheered me on and believed in everything that I'm working on and placed orders on our site that today's deposit for this building is even possible. We are purchasing a 12 by 20 building that we are not going to be doing the build for. You know, we have so much on our plate already, not only with, you know, our family, but also the entire homestead, in addition to Atlantic Soap and Tallow. Philip and I, unfortunately, are only two people and we can't do everything completely by ourselves. We found a local family who has started up a starter business this year, which I absolutely love because, you know, we always try to support anyone who's trying to like live their dreams and do everything that they hope. Well, he was really wanting to start something like this and his business is doing really well. And we're lucky that we're able to take some of our family budget and help their family grow for their dream as well. So we are going right now to go pay a deposit for this 12 by 20 building because this is all about growth for us. You've seen us from the very beginning of our channel and you've seen that we have so many things, goals, and just different dreams that we want to work on as a family. And a growth is basically the best word that I can, that I can describe everything that we always want to do. We constantly always want to be evolving and growing together as a family. Come spring, we're going to be able to milk our own goats and we want to expand our goat herd because we are using obviously our goats for Atlantic Soap and Tallow products. And so this is just the beginning of what our business is going to be able to offer in the future. And the only way to be able to progress is to continue with the growth. And that means, once again, rolling the dice, literally, and betting on ourselves to be able to make these types of things happen. So if you would like to support my barn budget, we have until the end of January to actually pay off the barn, which is absolutely insane that we have such a short amount of time. We already have been saving a little bit, and of course today we're paying our deposit for it. So any orders that are placed on Atlantic Soap and Tallow are going to be going towards paying for our goat barn. We're adding some new things to the website today. You've been waiting for our shampoo bars and our honey sticks. And the overwhelming response for wanting our soap ends blew me away on one of our last videos about preparing for the craft show. So I have added soap ends to the website as well, which I absolutely love. And to be honest, they were one of our best sellers at the craft show this weekend. So we're going right now. We're gonna go show you, I think, some framework on a barn that's the same size that I'm getting, that he's working on for someone else because he hasn't started ours yet because we're just paying the deposit today. And come the end of January, we will be welcoming a barn to the property. And this is, I feel super spoiled that this is happening because we're not gonna be doing this build. And it means that we can focus, Philip and I can focus on getting the horse barn finished. We're gonna be working on some of that next week. So this is just amazing. So if this is a reminder to anyone, you know where I've started, you know where I'm trying to go here, but bet on yourself. And if you're hesitating starting something that you've been dreaming of doing, every little tiny bit that you start gets you that much closer to where you want to be. So bet on yourself. I'm always here cheering you on. I love hearing all your stories and what you're working on, and I will do anything I can to continue to cheer you on. So thank you for all the support, and any orders you want to place on the website would be really appreciated right now because we have a goat barn to pay for. But let's go check it out and see what it looks like. And I'm going to show you some pictures of where I saw the ad so you can see what the building's going to look like completely finished. We're going to be painting it and adding some lights and other things to it, but I'll show you the wood framework of it today that he's working on for someone else, and then pictures of the completed barns, what they're going to look like, and then us all together are going to turn this into like some English family flair once it actually gets to the property, which also means we have someone coming in the next week or two to level out the ground to actually get this. We have lots to do to like prepare for this barn, but super excited. Okay. This is so exciting. And honestly, if you would have asked me a month ago if this was even possible, I would have told you absolutely not. But we are here today at a property of a local family that lives in our area, and they build the most amazing buildings. And this is actually a newer business for this family, and they are doing so good, and we're so excited we get to support them. But we are getting a goat barn. Happening. This is so exciting. You know, we always do all of our builds, but we are currently working on the horse barn. Philip and I do not have enough hours in the day to be able to actually build a building that can sustain what we need to do for milking and taking care of our Nigerian dwarf goats. So we are getting a 12 by 20 building, just the same framework as the one you see behind me. And it's going to be brought to our property, already built and delivered and put up into spot closer to the end of January, beginning of February, right before our winter gets bad here in Nova Scotia. This is going to be an incredible addition to the homestead. I'm so excited that we get to do this. Look at, it's going to be board and battened all up. Obviously, it's gonna have roof. This is just a template that he's building for someone else to show you what my goat barn is going to look like. Big 6-foot double doors in the front. This is literally what my dreams are made of for what we're gonna have to be able to do all of our goats. Morning, YouTube family. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Everything is sleeping. I just did all the farm chores and not one animal woke up. Pretty sure Henry looked at me like, excuse me, you know it's still dark out, right? Why aren't you going back to bed? Got all the farm chores done. Boys are home for the day because they haven't been feeling well all week. So they're not going with us today. They're going with us next weekend, which is fine. We are getting everything loaded into the truck right now. We have Phil's mom and dad's truck. We have a huge pile. We only have an hour for setup. We have to be there at 8 a.m. We're 2 hours away and we have to drop our hay trailer off on the way. It's gonna be a rush today, but we're going for it. Let's go to our very first holiday market.
5:54. Good morning, YouTube family. We are on the way to our first ever Christmas market with our Atlantic soap and tallow. So excited. This is so fun. I gotta turn this light off or Elysia's gonna crash. We're never gonna make it there.
Okay, we just dropping off the hay hauler on the way. So we got mom and dad's truck. It's frosty this morning. Okay, wouldn't it be on the way to a Christmas market, you don't get Timbits and warm tea with cream on the way. So we're gonna go really quick and get some yummies before we go. We're gonna be there till 1 o'clock. So let's go get some brekkie. Okay, we are about 7 minutes to opening. The show is busy. Everybody's getting all set up. Philip and I are ready. We got our table all set up. Okay, don't judge my price tags. I was up till 2 in the morning and I had to handwrite them. We're not gonna judge it. Okay, ready?
Do you like how I set it up? I worked really hard getting it absolutely perfect.
Okay, so we're down a battery, so we're not gonna light this until we actually open the front doors because for some reason one of them died. Philip got this one all ready for me. So we have our laundry soaps, sugar scrubs. We have our new little dish soap Crocs, dish soap bars. We have foot soaks, vanilla and peppermint lip balms, our new honey chapsticks. And we have all kinds of fun goat milk soaps, unscented, lavender, honey and oats, Atlantic Tides, pink clay, patchouli. We made some holiday scents. We have peppermint and vanilla, gold, frankincense, myrrh. This is my new favorite one for the season. Cinnamon and vanilla. And I also made these honey and oat and calendula, which I absolutely love. We have floral scented, lavender, multiple types of tallow. So we have balm, whipped, and vanilla. And we just have our cute little tree you saw us make in our video. I made some of our little minis that are in some of our Christmas bundles. I thought those would be really cute. And then just some fun little soap rounds. We have some with lavender, some with calendula, our candles. These are my absolute favorite, our little bookend, soap ends, shampoo bars, and of course, Mom's Sewn cotton rounds. It is warm, isn't it? Okay, so we're gonna go to the entrance and I'll do a quick little walk around before we open so you can see what everyone has. It's going to be a really fun day. So let's start at the front entryway door. First of all, this building is absolutely beautiful. I've never been in here. Okay, I am currently standing with all of my things that need to be unloaded from the craft market. And I always promised I would show you everything, whether things go good, well, whether things go bad. And this craft show didn't go that great, I'll be completely honest. The event host did a fantastic job of advertising. She had flyers everywhere. She advertised on radio stations all over the local area. She did so much work online, making sure that people knew the event was going on. But the traction and actual, like, how many visitors came to the event was pretty slow. And I think what happened is that this year they ran the market on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. And last year when they ran the market, which I didn't attend, it was literally shoulder to shoulder with people and it was super busy. And the vendors obviously would have done really well, but it was ran on a Saturday. We had blue skies, bright sun, not a rainy or super cold day. It was absolutely the perfect day, ideally, for a craft show, but the turnout was pretty slow. So we did make some sales. We did okay, but definitely I had way more inventory there than I ever would have needed. I would say probably about 75 or 80 people walked through the event, which is obviously very small, to have, 30 plus vendors there. I didn't hear from any of the other vendors, how much they sold or anything like that. I would say that about 80% of the people that walked by our table bought something. So that was kind of interesting. Like, we had really positive feedback of everything on the table. Everyone loved all the products. But one of the things I thought was really interesting is that we didn't sell that much goat milk soap and we didn't sell that much tallow, which is obviously our two main things. We're Atlantic soap and tallow. We sold lots of our lip balms and we sold quite a few of Mom's cotton rounds, which by the way are back in stock on the website. Mom's been sewing like crazy. By the way, we have officially been able to hire Mom as being full-time for anything that we're going to need sewn on the website. So we now have some new inventory that's going to come in the new year, and our cotton rounds are back in stock. So that's amazing because our business has been doing so well. We can actually keep Mom sewing for us all the time now. So that's amazing. So if you buy any cotton rounds, all of the products that you see on the website that are sewn, obviously proceeds go to Mom. So that's an awesome way to support Philip's parents as well. That being said, we did sell a bunch of our bundles of our soap ends, lip balms, a few tallows, dish soap bars, of course, are a hit no matter where we buy or no matter where we sell, whether it's in store, on the website, or in, person at these types of sales. Our dish soap bars are selling like crazy, which is amazing. They're awesome. So I have no doubt, I figured that was going to happen. Also at this market, I took a bunch of these circles. So this is honey and oat and calendula, and we also had honey and oat and lavender. I will put these on the website, sometime next week, but right now we have enough on our plate. But we sold quite a few of these. So we did sell soaps, but not our main products that I thought would be the most popular. So that's kind of how it went. I think we did somewhere around $400 for the day, which is no complaints, obviously, for that we made, but I just expected there to be a lot more traffic at the event. So I share this information because I don't want to discourage you, because I don't want you to maybe have a misconception on what it's like doing craft shows. You can stay up like I did all week till super late at night, every night preparing and making sure you have everything perfect, and there could be no one that walks through the door. Or you can spend all that time and you can completely sell out. The last several years doing ornaments, we've sold out at all of our events. And so it just depends. And this is just something completely new we've been doing. And I think had there been more traffic into the show, we would have obviously sold more. But again, great day. It was so fun. Philip came with me. We had an amazing day, but we didn't sell as much as I thought. So that means we have a little bit of extra inventory on the website right now. We've put some of those things on, and I also made sure that I only took a small grouping of soap bundles to the market, because I know from the response that you guys all gave us on our previous video that you were really wanting to order the soap bundles, those little assorted soap bundles. So I didn't take all of them to the market. So I have quite a few available on the website. So I put them on there for you. I thought, no, I'm saving these for my YouTube family, but I did take about 8 or 10 sets to the market, which we're selling, which is so funny to me. But anyways, I love y'all. And I just wanted to, again, say thank you for always watching and subscribing and liking our videos and cheering us on. Many of you sent me messages all week, being excited for us about the craft show and wanting to know how it went. So thank you for that. And I hope that you are as excited about the goat barn as I am. This is a huge change for us that we are not going to be doing the build, but it's impossible for us to do everything, and I know that. So this is something that's going to be an extra treat for us, something that we otherwise wouldn't be able to kind of budget in. We have a little bit of time to be able to kind of pull this all together. So if you want to help us and support what we're working on, there's some sales on the website right now. We've added some new products, and Thursday we're launching some really fun things on the website, or a really fun thing, not some things, that I think you're really going to like leading us into the new year. But anyways, I love you. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow.